Hi, this is Manon or Lovely Affair, like you want to call me. I came here just to show you how I make my air clip bow. So the pattern that I use is a Cricut access pattern, but it's not everyone who has access or who want to pay. So I recreate the pattern and made it in an SVG, and the link is in the description to get the SVG. If you look in design space, the file you're looking for, it's a pebble letter bow. If you want to buy it or if you have access, but the one with that come with design space, there's only one bow and the tail. I like to have like 2 layers of bow with the tail. So that's why I did it. I recreate it. I have 2 layers of bow, and also I slice the bow into when you have a full letter that you have a pattern on it and you want the pattern to go all the same way. So most of the full letter I bought wasn't wide enough to just cut it in one piece, so I have to slice my bow into and join them again, so I have my pattern in the same way. So here you go in your design space, you can go on Dropbox and save the file, the SVG. Just download it. Save it to your computer. Go back to your design space and make a new project. Go on upload. Just add an image. Go get the SVG. Just save. You can rename it if you want, but click on the image and just add. Here in design space you have like all the file, it's all grouped together. You have the 2 layer of the bow, the tail, the middle, and you have on the side the two the separate bow. So if you want to resize it, what I do is I ungroup, I just put the 2 slice in the middle, I just select all. Okay, like I just said, ungroup it. Just take the 2 sides, put it in the middle. Just select all by dragging or using the select all, deselect on top. What I like my bow, I'm an adult and I like my bow to be around like, the finished product is 5 inch and 3/4 around that. So for that my bow has to be 10 inch wide. The biggest bow, the biggest layer has to be 10 inch wide, so I just resize it like that. If you want it smaller, just go. To get an idea of the final size, just look at the tail, and the tail is give you a nice idea of the size. So I just put it like on the one each line in DS design space, and I just drag it around the size that I want, and I go around like 5 3/4, and it was like, I think it's 9.8 inch, so just put it 10. It's easier like that. So now just select you can move around, just move the slice side. I'm gonna show you here what I mean by the 2 layer, not 2 layer, I mean the 2 part of the bow. Sorry, the 2 part of the bow. If you have a letter pattern, you just have to choose the small bow or the big bow, which one you want, and just size it the same way, the same size. Then when you're gonna cut it, it's gonna be 2 pieces, and I just put a little more on the left piece, so you can just stack both of them, and it's gonna be perfect at the end. So what you're gonna need for this project, and right here you're gonna say it's gonna be long because I had a problem with my camera. My connection was lost. So, but what you're gonna need, it's a glue gun, glue stick. I use a silicone mat under my glue gun because I used to ruin all my cutting mat. I have some HTV. I have faux leather, which is the purple piece. I have scissors. I have my rotary cutter. I have a small clip just to use to hold my product so I won't burn myself. And I have felt. The felt I bought is from dollar store, which in Quebec it's called Dollarama, and it's just some regular felt but on roll. It's very thin, and I put my HTV on it, so like that you can make so many different pattern or color, or you don't need to buy faux leather. So that's the felt that I use. I'm gonna show you the label. It's like $2 for a roll. I use my Easy Press, and I use my Easy Mat, and I use the Cricut protector sheet. So now, oh, and you have the hair clip. I forgot the hair clip. That's what I mean by pattern letters. You see my pattern, all the Mickey and Minnie face are one side. So if I had to put it just one piece for the bow, it's going to be on the long size. So it won't be in the right side, facing the right side. So I cut two pieces, just glued them together. Now my pattern is in the right side, the right way. So I choose to make the color. It's gonna be the small bow or the big bow. It was a small bow though, so my pieces are sized for the small bow, the small layer. So I don't need the two sides. Oh, I'm just showing you that you just have to glue them back one on top of the other, and you're gonna have the piece that you need to make one bow. So I'm gonna hide those because I don't need them here, because my full leather doesn't have any pattern. So I'm just gonna use the basic of the SVG, and I'm gonna size it to 10 inch because I want my bow to be around 5.75. I think it's the right size for my head, but of course if you have a child, if it's for a kid, you should put it so small. You can go very, very small with those. So I choose to make the big bow purple. It's gonna be my full leather, so I just ungroup and change the color for this piece. The other one is gonna be all the same. It's gonna be the black. Sorry. So I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna send it to my maker. And here what I'm saying in the French video is just I'm gonna play around, and just to save spaces, I went back and forth sizing the felt. I wasn't remembering what size was the felt. It's just a little under 5 inch. So when I move around my pieces on my mat, I can go around 4.5. So my felt was just the right size for it. And And this is my full letter piece, and my full letter is not wide enough, so I just rotate the pieces so I can make it on the long side. So you're gonna see here, I'm gonna play around and move it. You can move your pieces just the way you like to save materials. So like, that's why I was sizing my felt. I didn't remember the size of my felt. And you're gonna see me go back because just walking from my desk to my computer, I forgot the size. Okay, so take 2. Okay, so it's like 4 3/4, and so when I move the things on my mat, all the pieces that I want in black, I can go around and put it like, it's gonna take like 4.5, around 4.5. So I was going to be okay with my felt. If I weren't going to be okay, I just cut 2 pieces and put it on 2 different places on the mat. That's it. So I'm gonna send everything to my maker. You can do it on the Air or the Air 2. I know I used to cut full letter on my Air with the fine point or the deep blade. Both of them worked. I don't know for the felt. I know felt it's harder to cut, but since I put HTV on it, I think that the felt's gonna use, like, it's gonna be the HTV is gonna be like an interfacing. So I think it's gonna work, but I haven't tried it, so don't quote me on this. I'm not sure. So you just, with the maker, you don't have a dial for your material, so you have to choose it. If you're on the Air or the Air 2, just put the dial on custom. Always put your dial on custom. This way you always have to choose your material, so you won't make mistake or less mistake. So just go and browse material. I'm searching for felt, and often I use a glitter HTV, so I use felt glitter bond. I put it in my favorite, and that's what I'm gonna use for my felt with the black HTV. It's asking me for my rotary blade, of course, because I have the maker. And after, I'm gonna come back and change the purple one for the full letter. And I'm gonna send everything to my maker. Oh no, first I have to put my HTV on my felt, so I'm gonna use my easy press. I just started it and put it at 305 for 30 seconds. Like I said in my French video, I don't need to say that, but it's my first voiceover, so I'm so sorry. I'm just getting used to. So I'm gonna move my thing around. I'm gonna cut my my felt. I need a piece of 11 inch by the width of my felt, which is, like I said, 4.75 or something around that. Of course, it's coming from the dollar store, so it's not perfect, but it's cheap and it works. So for the HTV, like I said, I use 3.305, and it's not gonna go in the washing machine, so I doesn't mind using like not the right temperature or the right time. It looked fine for me. If you want to be sure, you can go on Cricut on the website, and you have an interactive page where you choose what's your material, which HTV you're gonna use. So me, it's just, I think it's like stretch HTV sizer. It's a whole piece I had in one of my dryers, so I'm just gonna cut around just to be really the right side, but I'm not very careful with this. And I'm just gonna put my HTV each side 30 seconds because it's just a little bit too long for my I have the original Z press, the old one, so it's a 9x9 and my piece is 11, so I'm using the Easy Mat, which I love, and it's protecting my surface so good. And I use the protector sheet, which is going to be very hot after using it. Be careful if you have it. Well, you know if you have it. So I'm doing nothing special, no pressure, nothing. Just putting my Easy Press on it and waiting the 30 seconds. Then I'm gonna do it again on the other side. And that's gonna be it for my felt piece. I hope I'm helping someone, like doing it in English, because like you heard, it's not my birth language. I speak French, and I try to make the video in French because so many person doesn't speak English and want to have the tutorial in French, so I'm doing them in French. And since I want to have a bigger reach for everyone, so I'm trying to do it in English too. So often I'm gonna record it in French and just do it the voice over in English. And it's harder sometimes for me in English because I don't know all the word, and I have, like, you can hear a big accent. So I'm just going to take my stuff aside, and I just cooling down a little because it was so hot. So I just peeled the carrier sheet and my piece is ready for the felt. Then I'm gonna go to my maker, if I can get it off. Let's go, Manon, you can do it. Okay. Here. Okay, so now I have a nice surface. It's not felt, so it looked, for me, I think it looked better with the HTV than just the felt. So now I went to my maker, and guess what? I had a problem with my camera there too. So I put the HTV side on the mat, and then I put the mat in the maker. I changed my blade because I had like the fine point. Yeah, I had the fine point in, and they asking me for my rotary, which is so marvelous when you have the maker. Soon my cameras will get back. It's like that when you use 3 cameras, 2 of them are cell phone and by Wi-Fi, and sometimes I lose the connection. So here I had problem. I know the size wasn't right. I know that I could cut this part from the video, but mistake happen to everyone, so I let them in the video so you can see that sometimes I make mistake too. So I already have my piece and my mat in my maker. The HTV side on the mat. Be sure to have a mat that is clean when you do that, because my mat was so dirty, and after that I regretted because I had some things on my HTV that I just had to rub it and it went off, but it's one more step to do. But I like it better to have the HTV on the mat, because like that the felt side is up. It's the same thing with the faux leather. You're gonna see when you have faux leather, you have one side is the faux leather and the other side is like a felt side. just put the full leather side on the mat and the felt size up. So when you peel it from your mat, it won't leave some felt on the mat. So it's just cutting the 3-piece that's going to be in black, which is going to be the small layer, the tail, and the metal piece. I don't know why, but this time my maker, like, the blade rotated like 5 times before cutting. It was the first time that's making this. Probably that the way I put it inside the machine wasn't right, but it cut well. That's the magic of the maker. That blade changed everything. Okay, the last piece is going to get cut. Then I'm gonna take the mat off and I'm just gonna peel it in front of the camera so you can see how nice it cut. The 3-piece. And now I'm gonna do the same thing and put my full leather on my mat facing down. The only difference in design space, I'm gonna click on the material and I'm gonna change it for full leather. Most of the time when I use full leather, I put the pressure to more because it's thicker, but the one I had, the blue one, the purple one, it's very, very, very thin. So I just let it on the thin, the normal pressure. And I'm gonna change my blade for the fine point. And just put inside the machine and let it cut just only one piece. It's the big bow, the big layer. And here I forgot to change the scene of my video, so you're gonna see my mat already inside my machine after when I realized that I haven't changed my scene in my video. See, I'm getting used to. I'm new. I'm gonna get better and better and better. Well, of course, I think so. I hope so. Here it cut. It's so easy to cut, so fast to cut. It's only one piece, so now I'm gonna put my pieces together. Ta-da! Okay, now we're gonna go for the assembly. It's so easy. It's take less than 10 minutes just to make the assembly. Well, see my video, I'm at 24 minutes and it's 30, so it's less than 5 minutes to do the bow. So that's the air clip that I'm gonna use. It's just a regular air clip. It's a small one. I bought it from my Kohl's. Okay, well, my full leather, I bought them from AliExpress. They're very, very cheap, but it take a long time to get it. I live in Canada. In Canada, if I'm lucky, it's gonna take 15 days, but if it's normal, it's gonna be around 30 to 60 days, and if I'm not lucky, it's gonna be more than 60 days. But they are so cheap. They are I think they are less than $2 a sheet. My clip, I bought them at Michael's. I used a 50% off coupon. I got I think it was a pack of 21 for $3, $3.25, something like that. My felt, like I said, I bought it at Dollarama, which is a dollar store. And my HTV, any HTV you can use, I bought them on the website of Sign Max. It's a Montreal company. In fact, they are like 5 minutes away from my workplace, so I stopped there and just take my HTV with me. So just the way you put the bow together, you just fold the side to the middle, one side at a time, just to be sure. Just be sure that the round part are equal on both sides. You fold, you glue, you fold, you glue. That's it for the small layer. You do the same thing with the big layer. Just a small drop of glue is enough. You see me using my cutter just to hold the felt together. That way I don't burn myself, because I burn myself so often with glue. Like everybody who's gonna use glue, you're gonna burn yourself. I'm gonna do the same thing with the big layer. I just fold and hold them on my table and just flip back the little tag. So I flip it back and just put glue like that so it won't move. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just flip and glue. Small drop of glue. Just hold it in place. And the way I like to do it is to glue the small layer onto the big layer, then both layers onto the tail. Just the same thing. I just put a small drop of glue in the middle and stick the small layer onto the big layer. Small bow onto the big bow. You can probably make like a triple layer, or just you can make one layer, but you can make probably triple layer, quadruple layer. Just in the SVG, just duplicate the small layer and just resize it a little bit smaller. Now I have like all the 3 layers together. I'm gonna flip it over, just put a line of glue in the middle, then I'm gonna stick the middle piece in it. I had a problem with my pieces. You don't see it on the camera, but I had to rub the HTV because of the residue from the mat. It's my fault. My mats are so dirty. I have to clean them. There you go. Just stick it and wrap it around. And when you come back, just be sure that it overlaps and just put some glue on under it. A nice blob of glue. And you're done with the bow. You just have to put it on whatever you want, hair tie, hair clips, hairband, what is it called, like crocodile clip. I prefer to have some hair clip because I wear them all day long. I wear them for work, and this bow is simple. It's just a plain bow, but if you see my video, the one before this one, where I suggest the assembly of the bow without talking, I make some Disney some Disney bow. I have a lot of Disney bow. Like I have Mickey Mouse, I have Minnie Mouse, I have a Grumpy, and the ear, I just decided to add a rhinestone in the middle just to have some, add a little bling. So I just took a big rhinestone, which I bought in a pack like of 10,000 at Michael's. Different size, so this one is the big one. I just glue it in the middle, so just add a little bedazzle, and then I'm just gonna go and put the air clip. Here with the air clip, I'm not shy with the glue. I put a lot of glue from right to left to left to right. I put glue all around, so like that it stick. I had a bow. I wear it like maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and the glue haven't moved for like 2 to 3 weeks now. I have it, but I'm not shy with the glue. Like I said, I put a lot of glue. Just be careful because of the hot glue. The pin is in metal, so the air clip's gonna be so hot. That's when you're gonna see me hold it, because I have to hold it for a couple of minutes. You're gonna see me change finger because it's beginning to be very hot. I just flip my bow upside down, and I put my air clip on it in the middle, the side that you want. I like having my opening on the left side. That's me. And that's it. That's gonna be all. You're done. You have a hair clip, a hair bow, and 2 layers. You can customize it like you want. Well, thank you for watching. I'm sorry for all the mistakes and all the silence and everything, but I'm trying my best. So if you like, just subscribe. You can hit the bell if you want to have a notification when I upload video. I'm not regular, but I like the tutorial. So thanks for watching. You can comment. Feel free. Have a nice day.